So, what's uppermost on my mind, legitimately, is climate change constantly.
Yeah, just a lot of schoolwork right now.
A lot of it has been my mental health.
But also, my stepson. The responsibility that's falling on the children, and we're not even telling them.
I'm quite the procrastinator, so I've piled it all on myself.
The struggles and barriers around it.
Just a couple, women that are very close to me have been all dealing with sexual assault.
He's actually stolen cash from me now.
Night terrors are just the absolute worst.
I was quite suicidal most of the summer.
I couldn't stand living in that house. Like, it was because I wanted to die. I wanted her or me or someone to die.
I was spending about $200 a week on pot.
I trusted someone with something that belonged to me, and she lost it.
I was just a little kid in elementary school, and so is my stepson. So are many little kids, and there's a lot bigger problems coming their way.
Think about how youth without parents, how the hell are they gonna get the practice in to drive?
It requires 5 people to be able to afford rent. We all work full time.
It's also making me not want to be at home.
I feel like it's my responsibility to take care of them.
Lost at sea, drowning mind heavy. Pull the shore.
My name is Brandon, and this is my reflection series for Channeling Youth Voices. Looking back to when I was moving into Switchback, I was just getting out of treatment, and I'll just be on house arrest for 5 months. And then I was moving into Switchback to work on my boundaries and have stable housing. I felt good at first. I knew that I was moving into a place with active addiction, even though I was just fresh out of treatment. And it was definitely not as easy as I thought it was going to be. I've been to treatment before, and the whole time I was using, I was going down to East Hastings and selling dope on the strip there. Every single time I got out of jail, instead of me getting a place and getting my life back on track, I went right back to the same thing. I get my welfare check and go grab a load of dope. I felt like it was my rock bottom because I'd never been busted so many times in such a short amount of time. So the difference between the multiple times that I've been in, back and forth, in and out, and it's the effort that I put in, all the hard work that I did. And the biggest thing about getting clean is that you've got to actually want to get clean. You gotta want to make the changes to do it. I started going back to school to get my business certificate and to get my dogwood. I started working at Ruth and Naomi's, the shelter, and then I worked in the isolation center for months on months, doing 12-hour shifts on the weekends. When I got this place, I moved out. It was a big change. I have my own space. I don't have to have a staff member let me into the building. I can take the garbage out when I want to. When I have guests come over, I don't have to have them go through a process to get into the building. I was able to have Hayden come home with me, which is awesome, right? This is my sanctuary. This is my space where I can come home and I can be peaceful, right? My biggest hope for the future would be to continue to grow and hopefully fulfill my sobriety and have my son full time and part of my life and be able to watch him grow and do big, great things.
don't know anymore, but that's okay. You'll figure it out someday. You've got your whole life before you. Don't be afraid to flip that page. So listen, Jamie, you'll be alright, you'll be okay. The bad times are passing, and the good are here to stay.
I have so much packed right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep cleaning up the walls and the windows and the appliances, the bathroom floors and stuff. And then I'll be doing a once over tomorrow, which will be cool. Uppermost of my mind today is preparing for the summit and going through the summit. I'm kind of feeling a little bit, whenever I talk about my experiences, it can be kind of triggering, and I'm going to be talking about my experiences with a whole bunch of people from town that know me, and from different parts of my life, and that can be really overstimulating for me, but I just have to go there and prepare myself like I do for meetings. Yeah, I'm just coping with it by like breathing. I'm just making sure that I'm breathing as I go along. Okay, you gotta say bye to everybody, Peanut. Say bye. Bye.
Hello. I'm gonna turn down my music. I just did a tarot card reading. Well, not a tarot card. It was an oracle healing deck. I find that doing that brings me great peace, and I can find myself to recenter and sort of align with what my purpose is of the day. I asked the deck about what's my intention for the day, and the immediate card that I drew was struggle. Okay? Struggles. Once you learn about the lessons taught, you can shift your perception and begin to make meaning of your struggles. And that is huge. That is such an imperative piece, and it even relates to this project because we're sort of looking at the daily struggles that we go through.
Question number 1. What's uppermost on my mind right now is stress. I feel like I will never be good enough. I feel like I am an imposter. I feel like I do not deserve to have nice things. I feel like I don't deserve to be happy, and I feel like I am a waste of space. That being said, rationally, I know that I will get better and that I will feel okay one day, and I know that my feelings are only temporary, and rationally, I know that I am beating statistics. So that's pretty cool.
Hello.
What has been on your mind today?
I found out that my fiance is getting kicked out, so I'm kind of worried about that.
How is it affecting you, and how are you dealing with it?
I am kind of getting a little stressed out, maybe a little bit snappy. I'm trying to figure out like a way for us to have a place that we can stay until we find a place for the both of us.
Did you, or are you going to talk to anyone or do anything about it?
I've been talking to the necessary resources to try to attain shelter.
What is or was the best part of today?
Today I got to spend more time with my fiance. So now I've spent the week with my fiance.
Services that did or didn't help you when transitioning. Yeah, I would say like the most supportive thing was people, like personalities, like especially if they did have a professional background. That was a benefit to me greatly. Like I had one person who was very well established and had a great reputation in the community who just like bent over backwards for the people that they were in contact with, the youth. And I had a couple other people actually along the way that continued to, that just were the reason that I made it. I think having more open-minded and empathetic, genuinely empathetic services. I know lots of people who don't stop using substances and who still deserve support, and they go through phases where they want to, or maybe they tried their hardest at a different time, or maybe they didn't. Realistically, they still deserve to be cared for. And I think that is one thing that needs to be addressed. Like, at least let the kids know that they're cared for when they're turning 19. Like, be there for them, even if you can't provide housing or whatever. Like, it would be great if you could just remember to check in on them and try and do what you can.
One thing that's been on my mind this week, or today, was the struggle of getting my kids up for school. And how I have to fight with them every morning. One thing that helped was their grandma. She picked up my son for school this morning and drove him. My daughter's still here. One thing that makes it better is knowing that my kid's actually going to school. And knowing that he has ideas on what he wants to be when he gets older.
I don't even have my questions with me. All right, let's go on a journey. I believe the first one is what is upmost on my mind. That would probably be my failing relationships with mother figures in my life. And my relationships with other people. It's been really stressful in that department lately. Not having a good time with it, not really sure how to deal with it, and it's a constant stress, but here we are. How am I dealing with it? Avoidance, normally, that's generally like my best go-to coping mechanism. Obviously not the healthiest one. I did end up journaling a couple days ago, because I was like, mental break level. So that did help a bit. I actually wrote for the first time in like probably over a year. And I will be seeing a counselor soon because I haven't seen my counselor in like 2 months, and obviously it's about time. Question 3, what was the best part of today? I randomly stopped at a gas station I don't normally stop at, and there ended up being this homeless guy who was like searching for bottles in the garbage can beside me. And he was like, hey, like, do you have any extra bottles? I was like, oh, I'm sure I do. My car is always a disaster. So once I finished pumping my gas, I like got him the few bottles that were in my car, and super, super nice guy. I gave him some change, and we ended up talking outside of this gas station for like 25 minutes. I don't know what was going on with the universe, but everything just kind of, I don't know, I felt like time almost stopped for a minute. It was a really, really wholesome interaction, so that was definitely the best part of my day. And sushi. Can't go wrong with sushi.
Good morning. Usually I talk to you after work, but I totally forgot yesterday. So now we're getting ready for work. I'm just tired. I'm exhausted. There is not an ounce of me that wants to be a human today. Like, I feel hungover, and I didn't drink yesterday. I got over 8 hours of sleep. I ate dinner. Like, I just feel just garbage. So yesterday was a garbage day. I don't know if I told you that already, but I do hair. I had 2 clients yesterday. The first one, I'm a little perplexed. She didn't like it. it looked great. She just didn't like it. So I think I have to do something super ridiculous to fix it, which is tomorrow. I have to come in on my day off. So what we're going to do is we're going to smudge. We're going to smudge because I always feel better after a smudge. I haven't smudged in a while. So this is going to feel really, really, really nice. So this is my altar. This is where I have all of my spiritual and religious stuff, you know, all my literature. It is from multiple different religions and views. I like to cross-reference because I'm like that. Here's my little stand for my bowl. I always love smudging with stuff that is from home because I miss being at home. Usually this is done with an eagle feather, but I don't have one, so. That felt really nice though. It felt really good. I guess a lot of the people that are seeing this aren't going to know that I'm Cree. I'm in fact a Cree woman. I have a longer one that I do in like serious situations where I like actually need some spiritual healing. But today we're just kind of feeling a little bit better. Greeting the day.
Lost at sea, drowning mind heavy, pulled ashore only to find the vultures ready.
I didn't really have anything. The only thing I was holding on to was the little moments of good that I had with people.
I just had a really good cry today, and it felt really good that I was dealing with it properly. When you look at it from a place of meaning rather than randomized chaos. Anyway, for me, it brings me comfort.
I have been thinking a lot of a trip to Banff that I am planning with my fiance and her friend.
I've been doing hair for about 6 years, and that's, you know, what I do to take care of myself and keep my life going.
I'm looking forward to being on a little vacation and giving myself some time to recuperate.
Seeing the kids be happy is what made my day better.
I think I can see the whole picture. That's what's helping.
Make a really cool list. Apply that list to the week and make like a week list.
I'm trying to now figure out a new place to live, and that's how I'm dealing with it.
I try to get into more yoga and kind of self-care.
And I've been doing some new therapy, so I'm looking forward to kind of taking this time for myself.
How I got through it was like I vented to a lot of people about it and continued to work through it and try.
I made this beautiful collage.
In order to fully process your emotions, I think that you have to be sober to do that.
Did a face mask last night, which was kind of nice. I haven't done that since I was a kid.
How am I dealing with it? By sleeping.
Get all my stuff done that I need to get done when it comes to school, when it comes to work, when it comes to supporting my loved ones.
Not only have I been eating, but I've been eating well, and I've been eating food that I made myself, so. Go me. Maybe that's the contributor to my positive mental health.
Recognizing my own boundaries.
Today I am moving. It is 7:25 in the morning. And that was a peanut yawn. That's the face of a man who wants to go outside and play in the grass. I meet up with my housing hub worker at 9:30. We start moving at 10:30. This is something that I've been waiting for since I was a kid, is not having to
live with unstable housing. I've lived with stable housing for about 5 months, and then I was given the opportunity to move to a more stable place for my mental health.
I found out that my roommate is stealing all my food. It has gotten to the point where it's too far. Earlier on it was sharing, now he's like taking advantage of me and eating all my food and not paying for anything. I mean, it's obviously financially impacting me because I spend a decent amount of money on food, so that's like obviously a big impact. I've been like sort of trying to bring it to the attention of the building managers in order to get some advice from them to deal with the issue, which they have been pretty helpful.
What is / was the best part of today?
Today I introduced my fiance to my best friend, and they seem to get along very well. So that was a very big part of today.
This is my sanctuary. This is the shrine that I have. It's dedicated to my mom. We've got good old Jimi Hendrix and a skull. And we got this little area here. So this is my house. I really like my house. It's pretty cool. As time goes on, I started getting a little bit better with my really creating a space that's my own. I think that turning your home into a sanctuary is a very important thing to do, because it really changes how you look at yourself. I'm just gonna look back on my week because today is a good day, but my week had many ups and downs. Yeah, I've been finding it really difficult for me lately to talk to other people about my feelings and letting them in. My mom has been on my mind a lot lately. I really miss her. She passed away when I was 19. I had a really great therapy session where basically we talked about old traumas and old cycles, and how a huge coping mechanism is to turn people away and turn my connection to them off.
First of all, this is my progression through grade 10 through 12. Like this, I had only like slept outside like once. And I was staying at my grandparents'. By here, I was sleeping in an abandoned house. Yeah, and then this was like the end of the road for me. This was nearly death. I'm actually really, really surprised I didn't die sometime around that. And then little me, about the same age as my stepson is right now. And he's having all sorts of troubles with life because life is tricky. So, climate change, how it all connects, and how it connects to all the different topics that were like addressed through the CYV project. I was just in a bad place because of child maltreatment. Yeah, and I didn't have like appropriate clothing. I didn't have a proper caregiver or anyone to watch to make sure I was safe or anything. And so anyway, I guess what's uppermost on my mind is the fact that we're not protecting our children. And I always held people accountable for not protecting this child.
One thing that's been bothering me the most this week is been kind of stressed out because I don't get a break from the kids very often. And when I do, it's for less than 24 hours and then I have them back. And one thing that helped with it was knowing that even at the end of the day, my kids are still here. And I do get to spend time with them, whereas a couple of years ago I didn't get to spend that much time with them. Something that made it better was knowing that at the end of the day, my kids were still happy. Yeah, they fight and they scream, but they're happy. And I'm happy. May not always be the best days, but they're the days that I get to spend with my kids.
What's uppermost on my mind today is the energy work therapy that I started. I think today was like my 3rd or 4th session. It's called Natural Bioenergetics. It's like a bunch of energy work. It's really intense, but really great. It's kind of the only therapy that I've done that like makes me feel really light afterwards. That's been going really well, thankfully. And I got additions to my tattoo today. Favorite chair to sit in. So that was fun. How am I dealing with things? Well, with the energy work, I don't know. Just trying to take things easy, not be so hard on myself. That was definitely a big topic today. It's kind of like letting yourself off the hook. So just trying to be gentle, use kind words. And the best part of my day was definitely getting additions to my tattoo.
I had a client give me $100 tip today. I almost started crying when it happened because, like, I'm a poor person. So that was super amazing. Like, that $100 is probably going to feed me this week. So thank you to that lady. I don't think she has any idea how important that tip was to me. So seasonal depression's hitting me a little bit. Some years it's like I am just sad and upset for months on end. So I'm very grateful that this year I have some happiness and stability. You know, still getting out of bed, still going to work, all that. Couldn't have asked for anything better than that, other than, you know, to be not mentally ill, but here we are. Really stressed out about the holidays, just because I hate them, and they're coming around. They're coming around pretty soon here. They were awesome for like half the time, and then somebody would be too drunk, and it would turn into an argument. Inevitably every time. So yeah, I don't have anything like particularly ailing me, which is nice. These are days that I cherish. Because on days that are garbage and horrible and make me want to jump off a bridge, I can think about days like today. Because days like today make the shitty days worth it. In my eyes, I don't know, having a good day, making some money, being in a good mood, that is worth having a bad day. It was worth it. The bad day was worth having this day. You know? Like a trade-off. It's a trade-off. You hate your life for a day, and you wake up another day, and it's great. And you have no control over that.
And she sticks the landing in her new phone. Okay. This is my new bedroom, bro. Oh my god. It's literally the size of my old, like my second apartment that I've got that I was living at last. This is the bathroom. What? This is the kitchen. That's my cat. This is the kitchen area. This is, at the moment, the living area. It's Peanut. Dude, this is such a big deal. This is so exciting. I'm so happy. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, I'm done with video diary. Wait, 1 minute. 2 things. This looks sick, and I have a new washer. Okay, bye.
I'm very excited.
trying to think of all of the things that need to be considered in order for the plan to go smoothly.
I had hope in the idea that I can use my experiences to be able to help others. And that's what got me through.
Becoming homeless opened the doors to funding as an independent youth, which allowed me to like have my own perspective and explore and find support that I needed and I wasn't allowed to get at home.
There's some good things happening in the future, and I can feel that like pivot energy and
just like dreading the thought of going to work, and then I got there and was in a really good mood. It seemed like all my coworkers and I were all just in a good mood today, it was nice.
I'm really thankful for, you know, the amazing people in my life, my chosen family, my blood family. I'm thankful for the lessons that they've taught me.
I'm really thankful for my cats.
She's like, I wasn't doing anything. It was beautiful outside today, actually. That was probably my best part of the day, was the fact that the sun was out. Yes, I agree. I agree, Neela. I agree. So, yeah.
Oh, gee, where do you sleep? Somewhere in peace, you're flying high. Oh, gee, what can I say? Your cigarette smoke won't let you decay. Your soft heart, your vicious bite, humming sweetly into the night, but you can't stop breathing.
say bye, Peanut.